are back here on Texas Style Wrestling. As you haven't missed much, it took a very long time for Devastation Reborn to make their way back to the ring, and they finally did. And what you saw just as we came back there was the first bit of offense. And these guys have now cut the ring off and cut it in half with John Omari, and doing the same thing they just did to Mike Anthony, who you see in the background is struggling his way up. And Farad with the assist outside the ring, saying he did nothing. That definitely is not the case. And there goes Farad one more time, choking John Omari. Referee not seeing it again. These guys have gotten this down to an art, distracting the referee while the dirty work is done behind her back. Stone in now. A couple of forearm shots right to the kisser. John Omari, a couple of his own now. Maybe he can turn things around here. Irish whip now off the rope. Oh! Farad there. You probably saw it at the bottom of your screen. Tripping John Omari. John Omari now being choked blatantly in the middle of the ring by Frank Stone. And I believe Candace caught it there right toward the end, but now he goes for a cover, which will work fine, and it's only good for 2. Well, Devastation Reborn retain those tag titles tonight. They are up against a very hungry and very, very excited OMGs. The chance, the opportunity to once again hold tag team gold here in Texas Style Wrestling. Wow. Devastating maneuver there, as now this could be the end for John Omari, but they're taking their time, not going for a pin here. Probably a big mistake. As now, there he goes, very casually. 1, 2, and well, we had Farad celebrating a little bit early there as OMG John Omari kicked out. Taking every shortcut known to man is Devastation Reborn. Again, we are TV time remaining here. We will stay with this matchup as long as possible and try to bring you the whole thing in its entirety. But with the fight that the OMGs have, I don't see this one ending anytime soon, as Stone and Farad continue to work over John Omari, though. All he needs is to get the tag to now a now refreshed Mike Anthony. So let's see if he can make that happen here. But, oh, wow. Dropping down once again onto the small of the back there of John Omari. Wearing down the back means that you're wearing down the man's core. He won't have any way to support himself. He won't have any way to really stand up and fight. And that's what he keeps. Oh, whoa! Omari was one step ahead of him that time. He came down hard and ended up right on that boot that John Omari raised up at just the right time. And now Stone is in a world of hurt. Omari trying to make his way. He's trying to get over there, and no, that's not allowed. Stone had the wherewithal to hang on to the foot of John Omari as he tried to get over there and make that tag. And now we have Stone making a tag. That one was seen by the referee, and now Farad's in, and he's going to work on John Omari, but it seems like there's an extra man in there. Doesn't Stone need to get out of the ring now? Farad with his boot to the neck of John Omari, using the rope for leverage and constant direction from outside the ring from Al Farad. And there they are again, tagging in and out, those quick tags, and working over John Omari. And Mike Anthony wants in so bad he can taste it. He wants to get in there and neutralize the threat just a little bit, because John Omari is worse for wear right now, as here comes Stone going for a devastating elbow drop, and John Omari, with just the little bit of strength he has left, rolls out of the way. Titles on the line here tonight. A tag could change things. Can Omari make it? These guys got the beat. Oh, it's being held by the foot again, but an insecurity changes that very quickly as you see Stone collapse like a bunch of broccoli onto the canvas there. And let's see if Omari can capitalize, because this is the chance he's been looking for. Farad anxious on the outside of the ring. That's AJ Farad, the tag team partner. Also Al Farad at the bottom of your screen. Omari gets the tag, and here comes Mike Anthony. AJ Farad is in. Anthony taking care of both of them in quick order. Big boot to the face there. Here comes Anthony again. Big drop kick there. Taking care of both of Devastation Reborn here. Off the ropes, and a big power slam there. 1, 2, and no. The pin is broken up once again by AJ Farad, and there goes Mike Anthony. Oh no. This leaves a very weak John Omari in the ring right now, and both of the members of Devastation Reborn. Frank Stone's got a hold of him right now, though, and let's see what he's going to do. Scoots him up into a scoop slam there. Tags in Farad, and what's it going to be now as the double team is on? He's got it up in that fireman's carry. Let's see what he's able to do here. Wait a minute, here comes Mike Anthony. Mike Anthony is in. Look at Mike Anthony. He's rolling him up. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. That's it. The OMGs win. Seem more surprised than the guys who just lost the title. Mike Anthony taking advantage of the turn back of AJ Farad. He comes in, rolls him up, and wow, a surprise victory for the OMGs here tonight. These fans are ecstatic. So are the OMGs, and very stunned AJ Farad and Al Farad leaving the ring as we see some of the young upcoming stars of Texas Style Wrestling making their way in here. These are the superstars, folks, of Texas Style Wrestling. Maravik on the right by John Omari. Soda Pop in the middle. And on the left, Bam Bam Malone with the OMGs celebrating. And now very angry Al Farad is leading his Devastation Reborn team to the back. AJ Farad and Frank Stone losing those tag team titles tonight.
From the center of the Ozarks, the Gatekeeper.
Texas Style Wrestling, TSW, coming to you from the OC in Forney, Texas. Hi, folks. I'm Bob Malden. Hope you're enjoying the best of 2025 tonight. And a special tribute to Ivan Warsaw there a few moments ago. I want to invite you out Saturday, January the 10th at the OC Theater in Forney, Texas. That's on Innovation Boulevard in Forney. Come on out and be a part of the live taping with us. Come get on TV, see all the great stars of Texas Style Wrestling live and in person. Seeing the action live, there's nothing like it. Head over to tswplus.com, and we'll be back with more of the best of 2025 right here on Texas Style Wrestling. Saturday Night Wrestling in Texas is back, folks. We'll see you back here in just a moment. If you think you've got what it takes, join the NWA Texas Style Wrestling Limited Participant Training Clinic. Train with Dog Pound Dojo's Rodney Mack and legendary referee James Beard in this one-of-a-kind experience. Clinic starts at 11 a.m. Spots are limited. Sign up fast. Head over to tswplus.com. Who knows? You might end up wrestling every Saturday night in prime time on TV across Texas, the nation, the entire globe. tswplus.com. Sign up today. A couple of weeks ago, Misty Marks costing Christy Janes the Women's Championship of TSW here, our own promotion in Forney, Texas. But that lady, Renee Michelle, was the one that chased away Misty Marks from the ring. Still, though, the title here in TSW going to Natalia Markova, our new TSW Women's Champion. Now, the Dog Pound Women's Championship on the line tonight that Misty Marks currently holds.
And ladies and gentlemen, her opponent.
And obviously the ultimate prize, I guess, would be to hold both belts, but Misty Marks once again costing Christy Janes her TSW Women's Championship last week here on the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, making her way to the ring, she is the reigning and defending Dog Pound Championship Wrestling Women's Champion. She is the majestic one, Misty Marks.
Let's once again explain how this works here with TSW. We are a part of NWA Texas, National Wrestling Alliance, one of the oldest and most prestigious national brands in the business, ladies and gentlemen. We are a part of that here with NWA Texas and Dog Pound Championship Wrestling and Texas Style Wrestling. Dog Pound being in San Antonio, Texas Style Wrestling being from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, having been in cahoots for a very long time here, defending championships back and forth. There have been titles won and lost in San Antonio. There have been titles won and lost here in the OC. As we continue to form this NWA Texas Alliance here, and we see these titles defended and won and lost all over the state of Texas. And right now, we have a chance to see Misty Marks defend her title from Dog Pound Championship Wrestling right here in TSW Texas Style Wrestling. And this one is getting underway. You saw Renee Michelle chasing away Misty Marks last week, or a couple weeks ago rather, as she interfered in that match with Christy Janes, and it is underway now. Very quickly, Renee Michelle going to work on Misty Marks, but that elbow there shuts down Renee Michelle, and this one is going on right here in our opening contest on TSW Texas Style Wrestling. And man, this crowd is into this one tonight, and you will be too. You could be a part of this, in fact. If you would join us, just head over to tswplus.com and click on tickets. And now Renee Michelle is pounding away on Misty Marks, who now escapes to the corner for a little bit of relief. Renee Michelle coming out to the surprise of this crowd and to the aid of Christy Janes just a couple of weeks ago. And now Misty Marks has her up, and drops her over that rope right across the throat. Misty Marks, Renee Michelle here in action tonight on TSW Texas Style Wrestling. We'd love to have you, as I said earlier, in our studio audience. Again, tswplus.com, click on tickets. Up and over goes Renee Michelle. She's there. Misty Marks thinks she had her. Comes off the rope, ducks out of the clothesline, and does not make it under that one. Another clothesline from Renee. Reversal now. Renee Michelle stops herself, comes back, and there's a boot to the face for Misty Marks. And another spinning heel kick there. 1, 2, and that almost meant the end of the title reign of Misty Marks. As Renee Michelle is kind of looking at the referee like, have you seen the number of times I've been draped across that top rope via the throat area? Oh, good grief. The more working on that throat and neck with that thrust from Misty Marks, who seems to be kind of making fun of Renee Michelle now, and goes right back to work over as she's again in a precarious position over the rope. And again, I mean, how much damage is she going to do to that throat? There's so many small bones and cartilage in there that can be crushed, and she just continues, and there she goes again, taking her around the world, a whole tour of the east, west, north, and south sides of this arena via crushing her neck on the ropes is Misty Marks. And now, a little different strategy there, throwing her head into that top turnbuckle. Here comes Misty Marks. Slings her across the ring. Renee Michelle goes flying. Oh, okay. Misty correcting the crowd. Her name is Misty Marks. Pin now, a 1, and that's good for only 2. Great crowd on hand here at the OC in Forney, Texas. If you're not familiar with the OC, look it up. What a great facility and what a great mission this particular facility has here in Forney, Texas, and Forney ISD. And you see some of the future of Forney ISD in the crowd here tonight. As Misty Marks goes back to work on the throat again. You know that's illegal, right? How many times is she going to test the patience of the referee here as you get a look there quickly at that Dog Pound Women's Championship that's on the line here tonight? And Misty Marks hopes to retain as now we make it over to our side of the ropes and again working over the throat of Renee Michelle. At what point are we going to call this thing on that repeated blatant abuse of the ring equipment? Oh, wow. The rope being used once again as Misty Marks now drags Renee out to the edge, elbow to the throat, just keeps on working over that throat area. No, we don't need to see that right there for us. Well, I guess thanks are in order for Misty Marks. Wanted to make sure we had a good angle of that. As she now crawls back into the ring, and she should probably go for a pin. Yes, she does. 1, 2, and I thought that was it for Renee Michelle. Misty Marks has her in a very, very bad spot right now as far as the ability to maybe win that Dog Pound Championship Wrestling title. The Women's Championship. That's Misty again, over and over and over. The attack on the neck area, the throat, I would say, of Renee Michelle. As Renee trying to power herself back up to her feet. She gets to her feet, but can she capitalize? And, well, she does. There kind of rattles Misty Marks just a little bit. And here she comes off the ropes again. Oh, my gosh, just right down and slams her again. It's almost like a choke slam, but more of a sidewalk slam. I'm not sure what she was going for there, but wow. Misty Marks, a Dog Pound Women's Champion for a reason. And again, pounding away on Renee Michelle. They're not saying Misty Marks either, folks. The crowd getting in the head of Misty Marks here tonight. As Renee is back up, now twisting on the arm there. She goes to lock her up again, now pounding on the back of Renee Michelle. Renee Michelle, of course, is the lady of wrestling and a fighter, but my gosh, she's got her hands full tonight here with Misty Marks. Misty with the knee. Up into the gut. Ooh, a slap there from Renee. Defiantly trying to get out of that situation. But Misty clubs her over the back, and she's down again. Pin attempt here, 1. And that's all it's good for. A 1 count only. Renee Michelle fighting out. Amazing here tonight in this great bout. Misty taunting. Trying to get her back to her feet now, but no, she's off the ropes. Here she comes. Oh, over and down. 1, 2, and let's go. Renee rolls her up. Nope, here comes Misty back again. Rolls out of it, and this could be the end. You never know. She's got her really worn down too, and no. And the frustration on the face of Misty Marks. Oh, wow. The frustration mounting here as Misty goes back to work on Renee, pounding again. Neck and shoulder area this time with those elbows. Misty Marks, not one to be toyed with here in TSW, Texas Style Wrestling. Of course, her home turf, Dog Pound Championship Wrestling in San Antonio. Tough styles of wrestling all over Texas, ladies and gentlemen. You will find it no matter where you go to get your Texas Style Wrestling. See professional wrestling live wherever and whenever you can if you're in Texas. That's what we call Texas Style Wrestling, a different thing altogether, folks. And you'll see repeatedly as Misty Marks works over the whole upper body area, but mostly around the throat, neck, upper chest, collarbone of Renee Michelle here. And that's all it takes. I mean, you wear down one area of a competitor, make it so painful, but whoa, look at that. Great arm drag maneuver there as Renee fires up, and here she comes, run right into the... Now they both have the same idea at the same time, folks. Double clothesline, and they are both down, and the count is on. Someone has to get back to their feet. Someone has to capitalize on what just went down. And what just went down was both competitors, to be totally honest. Renee reeling from all the work that Misty Marks has done on her, and Misty there suffering from that devastating clothesline from Renee Michelle. But Renee, you got to think, is the worse for wear after all of that torture that Misty has ensued upon the neck area and the collarbone of Renee Michelle. And of course, Misty back to her feet first, and now taunting and just shoving at the face and griping and bad-mouthing Renee Michelle, and now she's back to her feet. What's it gonna be? Misty is off the rope. She comes back, misses the big boot there. Renee's got her from behind, but Misty with the elbows. Renee can't catch a break. Renee off now, back in, up and over, and wow, face first into the canvas. Misty up, off the ropes. Here she comes. Oh, no. 1, 2. Just barely. The referee's hand was on its way down for the third time. And Renee Michelle kicking out, probably subconsciously, I would have to guess at this point. Misty goes back over. There's more work yet to be done, and that Dog Pound Women's Champion is going to get it done here tonight as she now brings Renee back again to her feet. Just barely. This crowd letting her know what they think about it. Fighting. And now, forearm shot from Renee. Renee back in behind again. And she gets it. German suplex, 1, 2 with the bridge, and no, not quite enough. Renee can't believe it. Finding just a little bit of strength in mainly the legs and lower back there to be able to power over Misty Marks after that all-out assault on everything basically above the chest that Misty Marks has been dishing out here in this matchup. And now Renee crawling over, trying to capitalize and go back to work on Misty Marks here. This could mean she goes home tonight with that Dog Pound Championship, that Women's Championship, and she is going to work here on Misty Marks. She spins, and there we go. Goes for a spinning neck breaker, but no, Misty reverses. And now right back to work. 1, 2, 3. It is over, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, and still Dog Pound Championship Wrestling Women's Champion, the Majestic One, Misty Marks.
Well, we see Misty Marks retain the championship there, and she will leave tonight once again Dog Pound champion in the women's division. Be sure to show your Texas-style pride. Grab your official TSW merch at tswplus.com. T-shirt, caps, collector gear. The hottest TSW merch is at tswplus.com. Bring the superstars of TSW to your area. TSW is ready to roll into your town for a promotional event, private party, or slammin' fundraiser. Email us, contact at tswplus.com, and let's make your Texas wrestling event happen. Hope you're enjoying the best of 2025 here tonight on TSW Texas Style Wrestling. More great action coming up in just a moment. Right now, I'm looking at the tswplus.com website for Saturday, January 10th, 2026. That taping beginning at 6 p.m. at the Innovation Boulevard OC Theater in Forney, Texas. General admission starting at only $20. Kids under 12 get in free with a paid adult. Check it out, tswplus.com. Live wrestling action coming up January 10th. We want to see you here in person at TSW. If you think you've got what it takes, join the NWA Texas Style Wrestling Limited Participant Training Clinic. Train with Dog Pound Dojo's Rodney Mack and legendary referee James Beard in this one-of-a-kind experience. Clinic starts at 11 a.m. Spots are limited. Sign up fast. Head over to tswplus.com. Who knows? You might end up wrestling every Saturday night in prime time on TV across Texas, the nation, the entire globe. tswplus.com. Sign up today. Hometown crowd here at the OC in Forney, Texas. The guy lives less than 2 miles from here and is defending his championship tonight, which he won in this very ring not too long ago, the inaugural TSW heavyweight champion. He defeated Iman Deshawn for the right to hold that belt, and now he is representing all of Texas. As you're up here late on a Saturday night watching Texas Style Wrestling, this is your champion, ladies and gentlemen, Bam Bam Malone, but very much so leaving here tonight. That man, Frank Stone, on the left, could be your new TSW Texas heavyweight champion. And an arm drag gets this thing started off. Another arm drag from Bam Bam Malone. Heard the belt there, drop kick. As now Frank Stone going to take a little break to try to figure out what he's gotten himself into, I believe. Referee saying you got to get back in the ring. He's having a little conference on the outside, though, with AJ Farrat. Can't hear exactly what they're saying. It was too quiet even for that camera's microphone to pick up. And I wouldn't shut up, so you couldn't hear over me, so that's another problem. Anyway, Frank Stone back in the ring and about to tie it up here with Bam Bam Malone, who has now been having to defend that belt all over Texas, not just here on our TV, folks. It's not just when we have the cameras rolling. That belt is always on the line, and Bam Bam Malone is always defending it. He is a fighting champion. He's been in this business over 10 years. He's fought all over the place, all over the country. And but the same exact thing can be said for the man that is against him tonight. And I think Teddy Long knew that when he made this match earlier. Arm drag out of the corner. Going up now for a body slam, and he gets him. Bam Bam Malone, Frank Stone, very evenly matched thus far in the opening moments of this, our main event on TSW. Stone again taking a moment, a little timeout, conferring with AJ Farrat. They do not have their manager Al Farrat here with them tonight. He is on assignment in Saudi Arabia. But now Bam Bam out. He wants this thing back in the ring. Stone goes in. Here comes Bam Bam. Off the ropes goes Stone. Up and over. No, wait a minute. He tries it. He catches him and slams him. Sort of a slowed down version of a power slam as Frank Stone stopped the momentum, turned it around, made it his own, and there you go. The tides can turn in a moment in a professional wrestling match. Off the ropes into the corner now goes Malone. Here comes Stone, runs right into that back elbow as Bam Bam tries to catch his breath and figure out what the heck to do here. Stone tries to figure out where he is. Runs right into the big boot of Bam Bam Malone. The crowd chanting from Bam Bam. And they were right there for him when he won that title. Bam Bam, a little sneaky maneuver there, gets a pin, nope, and it's good for only 2. Bam Bam, oh, good grief. Bam Bam running into a Mack truck there, and Frank Stone.
What's that hair?
A little bit of use of the hair there as the referee acknowledged, slamming the head of Bam Bam into the mat. I bet if Mama Bam Bam is in the crowd, she's not liking this too much at all. Sorry, Mama Bam Bam. We don't mean to offend. We know you're out there. We see your comments. We love you. And we thank you for sharing your son with us, Bam Bam Malone, because we don't mean to abuse him, but that's what happens when you're the Texas heavyweight champion. And you got an opponent who has some help on the outside, as we just saw there from Farrat. The referee's more concerned about hair. Didn't even see what happened with Farrat. Scoop slam there, and Malone now is on the mat. Elbow drop. And you're going for a pin, cover there, and it's good for only 1. Locking in a chin lock now. Not quite a sleeper hold. As Bam Bam tries to rally here in these moments of this match early on. Bam Bam powering out now. He's up on his feet. No, wow, look at this. Real power from our champion here tonight. He's able to reverse that hold of Frank Stone, turns it into a quick arm drag maneuver, and now Stone up in a clothesline. For Bam Bam Malone, and a big stomp to the face there to kind of, and a headbutt right to the shoulder. Let's see what Stone can make of this here. This could mean, wow, using his head multiple times. Could mean that he walks out of here tonight the new TSW Texas Heavyweight Champion. That's a pin, 1, 2, and no. An early kick out at 2 by Bam Bam Malone, locking in what is not quite a sleeper hold there. More of a chin lock from Frank Stone, who's working over Bam Bam Malone here in this, our main event tonight. Bam Bam fighting out again. Fighting out again as Bam Bam Malone struggle. The power struggle is on. Stone breaks it and goes for the hair for the quick opportunity there, which was right there in front of his face. Using the hair to slam Bam Bam Malone's head straight to the mat. Frank Stone now towering over Malone, who's back to his feet. Rakes the back with those claws. And now headed over to the other corner buckle there. That turnbuckle cover. Stone now choking, blatantly choking right in front of the ref. Yeah, well, good advice there. How not to get disqualified in a title match, which would mean that the champion still holds the belt. So maybe you should quit some of that and focus on winning the match in the middle of the ring where it should be won. Friendly advice from Bob. Nobody tell that man I said that because he'll kill me. Stone going back to work now on Bam Bam Malone. And what is this? That's a chokehold too. A blatant choke right in front of the referee. At any moment, the ref could decide, I'm not counting this. I'm going to just disqualify you. And Stone is taking every chance here by doing that. And now, referee checking in a couple times here to see if Bam Bam Malone is okay. And he is, as he's now getting back to his feet again. And, oh, wow. Little jawbreaker there for Frank Stone. A little token for all your trouble. Uh-oh. Bam Bam going for the crossbody, but Stone has him. Stone, no. Backbreaker. This could be it for Bam Bam Malone. But what is Stone doing? Bam Bam Malone could have easily been pinned there, and I don't think he realizes he's rolling right into the path of destruction. Whoa, he's up to his feet. We didn't see that. Our focus was on Stone. Bam Bam to his feet. A chop there. And is he going to capitalize? Wow, the punches exchanged here. These guys are beating the hell out of each other. Bam Bam with the headbutts now. Trying to cave in the cranium of Frank Stone. Going up now, this could be a superplex. Watch out, oh my goodness, all the way to the middle of the ring. And now both men are down. Farad cheering on his man in the background. Frank Stone is out like a light. Bam Bam has all the energy taken out of him by the assault of Frank Stone earlier in this matchup. Referee counting. Somebody's got to get back to their feet. We're at 8 now. And now we have 4 feet on the ground, and that's going to end that count. Stone in, runs into a clothesline from Bam Bam Malone. The chop there sends him down again. Bam Bam out of the corner. Here he comes. Frank Stone, big splash. Out to the middle of the ring. Inverted atomic drop there. Bam Bam Malone. What's it going to be? Put the punctuation on it right there. This could be it. This pin needs to be made right now. This pin needs to be made. Because otherwise, you're giving the big man a chance to come back. And now, wait a minute. Oh, no. It is Stone. It's Stone getting back to his feet, and in the corner, Malone winding up. If Stone gets back to his feet, Malone is ready for him. Bam Bam's ready. Wait a minute. Farrat's in, and he gets it. Farrat gets the big kick down. Farrat is out of the ring, but Stone! Look out for Stone! Look out for Frank Stone. This could be the end for Bam Bam Malone. No! Wait a minute. Bam Bam rolls him over. Turns it into a sunset flip. And it's a pin, and it's 3, and he's still the champ. Bam Bam Malone wins it. Bam Bam!
Here's your winner, and still NWA TSW Texas Heavyweight Champion,
Wait a minute. Hold on just a second here. Now we have chaos in the ring as Stone and Farrat are in the ring working over the champ Bam Bam Malone after the clear victory here tonight. Wait a minute, here comes Maravik. Maravik is in. Frank Stone got back to his feet, and the assault on Bam Bam Malone began as the celebration was on. Maravik in here to help save the day. Thank goodness for somebody to have the champs back here tonight as Devastation Reborn has it out for Bam Bam Malone, even though the title was won fair and square here tonight by the champion Bam Bam Malone, even though he had a little bit of interference from Farrat trying to get in the ring.